Wait, you just sold your HDB flat and your CPF is locked up. How much? If you are planning to sell and buy after 55, this one CPF rule could make or break your next property move, because once you turn 55, not all your CPF refund is reusable, and most sellers don't even know how much is locked until it's too late. In this video, I'll show you how to check what's locked, what's usable, and the strategy to unlock more CPF for your next flat. I've spent weeks gathering real case studies and CPF examples just to help you avoid costly mistakes. Let's break it all down step by step. CPF usage after 55 for property sellers. So what you will learn today is very simple. What happens to your CPF at age 55? Can you still use your CPF to buy your next home? What if your CPF get locked? And how to unlock more CPF by using your property. And step-by-step downgrade case examples, how to reserve CPF for your next home, and the action plan before you sell your property. What happens at 55? At 55, one thing happens is your CPF RA account is created, such that your special account will close and all the money in your special account will be transferred to the retirement account, your RA. If all the money transferred already in the special account meets the full retirement sum, the remainder SA money will be transferred to the ordinary account. However, if the SA is not enough to meet the full retirement sum, CPF will take money from your OA to meet the RA. However, if your SA is not enough to meet the full retirement sums, CPF will take the money from your OA to RA to meet the full retirement sum. So at the end of the day, to summarize, your SA plus your OA will be your RA if you meet the full retirement sum. If you exceed the full retirement sum, money will be back into your OA and your SA will be closed. Anything above the full retirement sum stays in OA and can be withdrawn anytime you want. What is the FRS? FRS is the full retirement sum you need, and it changes every year, but it's fixed after you reach 55. So imagine this year you reach 55, so your full retirement sum amount will be 213,000. So it will stay the same all the way until you reach 65, and then your CPF life will start paying out the money. So what happens to your CPF after you sell your property? Upon selling your property, you need to refund two things into your CPF. First is the principal you have withdrawn to pay for your property. Second is the accrued interest. What is accrued interest? This is the interest that you would have earned if these savings are left in your OA. So all this while, if the money is there inside your OA, you could have earned that 100,000. Now you are the one that needs to pay back into your CPF itself. So another thing is that if you have pledged the property to make up the full retirement sum, this amount will need to be refunded together with the P plus I. What is pledging? Later I'll come towards that as well. So what happens to your CPF after you sell your property after 55? So upon selling your property, you can see that this is the normal case whereby you need to refund the principal and interest to your OA, and then you can reuse it for the next house. This is before 55. After 55, the same thing happens. After you sell your property, you need to refund the principal plus interest and any voluntary pledge amount to your CPF. So instead of going into your OA straight, it will be used to top up the full retirement sum in your RA account. Okay, any remainder from it will be transferred to your OA, so that you can earn the interest, or you can use it to buy your next house, or you can withdraw it in cash immediately. If this helped you, give it a like and hit subscribe for more CPF and property tips. So can you still use your CPF to buy your next home? Definitely you can. But the thing is that the refunded CPF will be used to meet the full retirement sum, which I mentioned just now. Any excess will be channeled to you as cash, and that's the rule before 1st July 2025. After 1st July 2025, it will be stay in your OA account. But of course, your OA account, if you meet the full retirement sum, you can draw it out anytime. Okay, excess cash or OA can be used for property purchase, definitely. So many people think all their refund will disappear, locked up in CPF, but it's not true. Okay, so if you didn't hit your full retirement sum, yet CPF will top up the RA to the full retirement sum. That's what CPF will do. Okay, so what if I need more funds for my next property? That's a very interesting question. So full retirement sum consists of 2 times the basic retirement sum. So for example, full retirement sum is 213,000. Your basic retirement sum will be $106,500. So one thing you can do is this thing called pledging. So pledging, CPF allow you to pledge up to half the full retirement sum to use for the excess of the property. So imagine right now your full retirement sum is 213 and your basic is 106.5, and now you have 150,000 inside. So you pledge the property and you are able to use this 150 minus 106.5, about 43,500 to withdraw as cash or to withdraw for the next property. If this helped you make sense of CPF after 55, give this video a like and subscribe for more real property tips in Singapore. So you own a property or you buy a property with a lease that can last you up to age 95 or more, you can pledge the property. Therefore, you can use the excess of the BRS for the property purchase. So let's come to an example. So example is, for example, you sold a house, the amount refunded is 100,000. Your RA is 50,000. So total, after everything, your RA has 150,000. Because the full retirement sum is 213,000, your basic retirement sum is 106,000. So once you pledge that property, you're allowed to take up 150 minus away 106, $43,500 for the next property, or you can use it to withdraw it as well. So when you sell the property later, CPF will claw back the pledge amount including interest to restore your RA back to the full retirement sum. So another thing is that you are able to apply to reserve some parts of your ordinary account to use specifically for housing. So before 55, you can reserve your OA to use for housing. You need to submit 6 months before your 55 birthday so that CPF will reserve some of your OA for housing, and then they won't transfer the money into your RA. The reason why it is so that you can still continue using some OA to pay for your housing as well. You need to write in, you need to apply to CPF board through their form as well. What are the key takeaways for today's video? It's don't panic, most of your CPF is still usable. You need to check how much is in your RA versus your BRS and your FRS as well, and you need to you can consider pledging the property if you want to get more money out from your CPF. Okay, and of course you reserve the OA early if you are planning to buy after 55 also. Lastly is you need to check with CPF or property agent like myself before making the move. And let me know in the comments below, do you think CPF rules after 55 are too strict or actually fair? Next, watch this video, 3 pricing mistakes that kill your property sale in Singapore. It could save you thousands of dollars.